Hi there folks, welcome to Sumit Academy. This is my fifth video on AFSPA. I shall now deal with the legal challenges to AFSPA. The first one is the 1998 verdict of the Supreme Court in the Naga People's Movement case. Now the constitutional validity of the law was repeatedly challenged in the Supreme Court. In a 1998 judgment in the Naga People's Movement of Human Rights versus Union of India, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of the law. However, the judgment did make some notable conclusions, such as that although central government is empowered to declare an area disturbed on its own, it is desirable that it consults the state before making such a declaration. The Apex Court ruled that the Act is not conferring any arbitrary powers to declare an area as disturbed area. The declaration should be for limited duration and there should be periodic review at 6 months. The officers should use minimal force necessary for preventive action. The authorized officer should strictly follow the do's and don'ts issued by the Army. Now, the Supreme Court, while upholding the constitutional validity of the law, gave certain safeguards to the Union government and said the forces must follow the do's and don'ts of the Army. Now let's have a look at the do's and don'ts as given to the Army officers in the field. The first one is no rape. Second, no molestation. No torture resulting in death or maiming. No military disgrace, that is loss of arms, surrender, loss of post or imbibing of an un-army-like culture. No meddling in the civil administration, that is land dispute or quarrels. Competence in platoon or company tactics in counter-insurgency operations. Willingly carry out civic actions with innovations. Develop media interaction modus, which means use the media as a force multiplier and not as a force degrader. Number 9 was to respect human rights. And number 10, only fear God, uphold dharma, the ethical mode of life, the path of righteousness, and enjoy serving the country. So that was the first major legal challenge to the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Then, in 2004, the Justice B.P. Jeevan Reddy Committee was appointed by the central government to review the provisions of the Act in the northeastern states. The committee recommended that AFSPA should be repealed and its appropriate provisions should be included in the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Act 2008. Now, this law aimed at effective prevention of unlawful activities or associations in India. It is not dealing with the terrorism per se. Further, the powers of the army and the paramilitary officers should be clearly demarcated. Moreover, the committee recommended that grievance cells should be created in each district where such law is in force. Now, the last one, of course, was a very valid and genuine recommendation of the committee. But since the condition of the Northeast were not improved at the time, this committee report was junked by the central government. Next, we move on to the Santosh Hegde Committee. The Supreme Court constituted the Santosh Hegde Committee to investigate 6 separate cases of possible AFSPA abuse in Manipur. Now, according to the report of the committee, 5 out of the 6 killings were encounters fabricated by the Assam Rifles and the Manipur Police, not the Indian Army. The committee also reported the use of disproportionate force and intrusion of security forces in areas which are not notified as disturbed areas. Most troubling was that even the local police was found to be encroaching its domain in using lethal force. Now that means they were misusing the immunity granted to the army. Remember, in my last video I told you that the police does not come under AFSPA. The commission even went to the extent of saying that AFSPA was an impediment to achieving peace in regions such as Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast. Now, since it was a very critical recommendation of the committee, the government is yet to act on any of these recommendations. You see, what we have now realized that there is a need to reconcile security concerns with respect for human rights. Admittedly, spiraling violence, growing criminality, a proliferation of small arms, vigilantism, terrorism, and increased militancy, all these things pose a very serious security concern. In fact, you will realize that the scale and scope of contemporary security challenges are unprecedented, and therefore they require a very strong response from the state. You see, unfortunately, surveying past and present state responses to security situations, it reveals that repressive rather than democratic strategies are being adopted. Now, rather than address the root causes where possible, and remember this word, the root causes of the problem, militaristic solutions are usually the chosen path. Now, this involves enacting draconian security laws that allow for unregulated use of force. Well, so much for the legal challenges to the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and with that we conclude my video on this subject. Do look out for all of my videos on AFSPA. I do hope that the points I have given you are more than enough to build your 250 to 350 word answer. Remember, the UPSC examiners are pretty strict about the word limit, so always read the instructions on number of words before you start writing your answer. Till then, let's stay cheerful and do remember to like and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on my future videos. In case you have any doubts or you want additional videos, do remember to drop me a line at sumitacademy20@gmail.com or do drop me a comment below this video. Cheers!